Now, I shall proceed with my own opening remarks. Your Excellency, Madam Emine Erdogan, First Lady of the Republic of Turkey, Your Excellencies, distinguished First Ladies present here, distinguished representatives and delegates, honorable mayors, honorable ministers, colleagues, friends, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the 2023 Global Observance of the World Cities Day taking place here at Üsküdar Municipality, Istanbul, Turkey. Let me thank the government of Turkey and the Ministry of Environment, Planning and Climate Change for supporting this year's global observance of World Cities Day. Let me also take this opportunity to congratulate the people of Turkey who celebrated the 100th anniversary, the establishment of the Republic of Turkey earlier this week. For UN Habitat, being back in Istanbul is very special. It was in Istanbul that we held the second United Nations Habitat Conference in 1996. The urban agenda was set at the Habitat 2 with the aim of adequate housing for all and viable human settlement in a changing world. Member states call upon UN Habitat to support them to ensure that urbanization is well-planned, integrated, and sustainable. Coming from Malaysia and having started my career as a town planner, I am very familiar with the promise and opportunities that urbanization provides. I must congratulate His Excellency President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, the President of Turkey, and the people of Turkey for achieving the goals set out at Habitat 2. Under his leadership, First Mayor of Istanbul, as Prime Minister, and now the President of Turkey, has become an inspiration to the world when it comes to housing, infrastructure, public transport, and equitable development. Your Excellency, Madam Emine, your presence here today is very special. Your support for UN Habitat and the principles of sustainable urban development is well known. The zero waste movement that you started in Turkey have seen some 650 million tons of raw material conserved and 4 million tons of greenhouse gas emissions eliminated through recycling. I recall in our last meeting how Her Excellency explained that it is in her culture and family tradition not to waste. The Zero Waste Program in Turkey that started under your patronage is today a global initiative. The General Assembly declared 30th March as International Zero Waste Day. The Secretary General's Advisory Committee on Zero Waste is meeting tomorrow under your chairmanship. We are truly grateful to you for being the patron of World Cities Day 2023. Distinguished delegates, positive impact on the ground, better life in our urbanizing world, and making sure no one is left behind is the vision that Member States endorsed in the new urban agenda. In 2016, I was a mayor activist at Quito, Ecuador, during United Nations Habitat 3 conference. Our slogan then was "Leave no mayor behind" and hashtag "Listen to Cities." When I held a placard together with my colleague at that time, Your Excellency, to say "Leave no mayor behind," and listen to cities at the General Assembly in New York the following year, I never imagined that I would be proposed by the United Nations Secretary General to be the Executive Director, the United Nations Human Settlement Programs. Better known as UN Habitat, we are tasked with the responsibility of helping member states implement the new urban agenda to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, particularly Goal 11 on sustainable cities and communities. I'm very proud to let you know that we now work directly in over 600 cities in all regions of the world. Every effort has been made to strengthen our partnership with local governments and stakeholders to ensure no mayors, no community leaders is left behind. To really make a positive impact in the life of the communities that we serve, we need to fund cities. This is why the theme of the World Cities Day 2023 is Financing Sustainable Urban Future for All. We need to build the capacity of our local governments to enable them to attract financing and build the right capacity to implement projects at the local levels. We really appreciate our donors who provide much-needed grants and outright donations. As we operate in post-conflict contexts as well as in fragile states overseas, development aid is much needed and appreciated. I urge developed countries to meet the commitment target of 0.7% of their GDP as development aid. Equally important that I am very happy to report, developing countries like the BRICS have set up financing mechanisms and set aside much-needed capital to support cities and companies meet their environmental, social, and governance, or in short, ESG targets. Public, private, people, and philanthropic partnerships, and I would like to take this opportunity to recognize and thank member states and donors who continue to support the mandate of UN Habitat. However, not all of us are progressing at the same pace in the journey to achieve SDG 11 and the urban SDG. We need to turbocharge our implementation of the new urban agenda and SDG 11. If we want to achieve the SDGs, we must enhance national, regional, and local level cooperations to translate policy into practice. If we want to scale up urban solutions, we need to provide a safe working and investing environment to attract private sector investors. But if we really want to achieve sustainable development, we must involve civil society and communities. At the high-level meeting on financing sustainable urbanization that was generously supported by BOSA Istanbul, I put forward the idea of 4 Ps. The imminent panel that met yesterday added a 5th P, including public, private, people, and philanthropic partnerships. The 5P approach works based on trust. It is a values-based and long-term in perspective. To give life to the 5P approach, we need to take the first step to improve the way cities spend existing resources. Increasing own source revenue enables cities to attract the right kind of development partners. I have done this myself when I was a mayor of Seberang Perai City Council, where in 7 years, we increased revenue collection by over 200%. We were then able to double foreign direct investment to improve the city's financial position. This helped to kickstart a process of increased access to external finance. You need to put your house in order before inviting investors into your city. Distinguished delegates, we are actually facing a funding gap more than a financing gap at the local level. Private finance is available. We cannot mobilize it at the necessary scale towards public service delivery as long as cities remain poorly funded. I urge member states to increase their support to capacity building at the local level. We need mayors and city managers to understand financial management. At UN Habitat, we have established the City Investment Facility to help cities develop bankable projects and to be able to establish a meaningful, mutually beneficial and sustainable partnership with investors. In attempting to crowd in private finance towards public service delivery, we need to be sensitive to ensure finance delivers value for money when using public resources. We should not attempt to crowd in private finance at any cost. The selection of the right investment, their correct phasing and strategic prioritization needs to be part and parcel of good financing. This will not only save resources in the short and the medium term, but also generate wealth and economic benefits in medium and long term. Any actions to improve finance for cities should come with increased knowledge about finance embedded in the mayor's office. This is why I'm very happy that Shanghai Manual for 2023 will be launched here at Istanbul. We need good practices, data, and how-to manual to help us make positive impacts on the ground. I'm looking forward to the 2 roundtable sessions planned for this afternoon, as well as the high-level meeting we organized yesterday will provide new ways of thinking about finance and financing sustainable urbanizations. This will be input for me to take to COP28 in Dubai, where I will be co-chairing the meeting on localization, as well as the high-level ministerial meeting on sustainable urbanization, which will include ministers of housing, planning, environment, and finance. Your Excellencies, please allow me to thank all the delegations who have taken the trouble to be with us today. Let me thank my dear friends, Mayor Yusel Yilmaz, President of the Council of Municipalities, and the Mayor of Balikasir for heading organizing committee that has enabled all of us to be here today. Yesterday, we organized the high-level meeting on financing sustainable urbanization. Let me thank Tan Sri Azman Mokhtar, the chairman of Malaysia's Pilgrim Fund, and the members of meeting for their contributions yesterday. I'm also indebted to Mr. John Todd, the Secretary General Special Envoy for Road Safety, who took time from his busy schedule to be with us at the Mayor's Forum on Road Safety. Let me also thank Her Excellency Madam Jean Kimani, the Vice Chairman of the UN Habitat Executive Board, for her participation at this year's global observance of the World Cities Day. This year, our advocacy for SDG 11 and the new urban agenda saw 270 urban October events took place all over the world now. 27 in Africa, 181 in Americas, 35 in Asia, 26 in Europe, and 1 in Oceania. 4 World Cities Day national celebrations have taken place, and 17 are being held today simultaneously. On behalf of UN Habitat, let me say thank you to all the organizers of the Urban October event. I'm pleased to report that this is the most well-attended World Cities Day with over 1,000 participants registered. These include 741 online registrants and 250 expected to attend in person. And to commemorate this 10th anniversary of the global observance of World Cities Day, I would like to thank the delegation from Shanghai, the host of the inaugural World Cities Day celebration in 2014. Together with the mayor of Uskuda, I would like all the cities that have hosted World Cities Day to form a World Cities Day alumni network. This will allow us to amplify effective multilateralism so needed to create better cities, better life. Finally, let me take this opportunity once again to thank Her Excellency Madam Maimunah Erdogan of her patronage of World Cities Day 2023. We remain grateful to the government and the people of Turkey for your continued support for the urban agenda. My thanks also to the distinguished First Ladies who have joined us this morning, as well as the distinguished members of the United Nations Secretary General Advisory Committee on Zero Waste. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.